Hello everybody! Welcome back to Rose Guns Days! Hello Apparition T Guppy Force! Woo! Last time, we finally took out our target, and I just realized something that Void Dweller mentioned. I believe this is the first time someone has actually fucking died in this story. Hello Zarvegas, welcome to the stream. Now watch as I say this. Watch as I say this, like, as soon as I start this freaking game up, it's gonna say, oh, freaking, he was just, he was taken to the hospital or, like, knocked out or showed his lesson and he gave up his plan to, like, just, like, to disturb their distribution chain. Just watch. I am totally expecting it. This is, like, freaking Final Fantasy IV all over again in that respect. It's like, you can only fake out death so much in a story until it's like, I'm just not going to believe any deaths. Like, if anyone here has played Final Fantasy IV, which I did, like, I just couldn't stop laughing at, like, how ridiculous it was that, hello Mystery Theater, that there were just so many fake out deaths in the story. It happened at least 4 times. I'm pretty sure. And then there came a point in the story where somebody actually died and I felt absolutely nothing because I was completely 100% expecting them to be fine later on. And it was only afterward I realized, like, oh wow, they actually fucking died. Okay. And it was long after I, gotten to that point in the story. It was like near the end. It's like, oh, I guess they're not coming back after all. And see, that's the thing. Like when you abuse the plot device of a fake out death is what I think anyway. It's like it was fun. I accepted it for Alfred. Well, it's different, Mystery Theater, for American superhero comics. Often in American superhero comics, the characters actually do die, but it's like Dragon Ball Z, they can just get resurrected by, like, random magical means. But in a story with, more realistic stakes and everything like this, like, where like, actual death, and not, like, gameplay death, is, an actual possibility stated by the characters, and like there's no magic in Rose Guns Days, for instance, so there's like, so death like has actual stakes, but like it worked for Alfred because Alfred was like a joke character. Like he was, even though he was a threat in the first season, he just he was like ridiculous and like goofy enough that you would accept it because it was treated as a joke. But with Caleb, like not only Caleb, like after thinking about it some more, I could accept. But with Caleb, I am so terrible with names. Caleb's assistant, fucking Miguel. The like that really stretched me. Not only was he alive, but like 100% fine and dandy and able to fight, like seriously, after like the big elaborate death scene he got, thank you guys, I figured it out. It was like that really stretched it for me. And now we have someone who's supposedly shot, but maybe they weren't, maybe the sprite was slightly lying, I don't know. See, that's the thing that happens when there's too many fake out deaths. You don't believe the real ones. But enough of my rambling. Let's see where the story's going. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so we're starting chapter 3, which is the final chapter in season 3. I can't believe how much of the third arc was is in season 3. Or part 3 or whatever I should say. It's really a lot. Like, seriously. I don't know how I'd hopefully want to get through the rest of part 3 today, but we'll see how it goes. If not, then definitely next time.
Hello. Is that you, Yuki-chan? I know you went out of your way to come see me yesterday, and I'm really, really sorry. Had some urgent work come up. Still. Thanks to that, my cockroach extermination job is over and done with. Dang, that really was a tough one. Hello? Yuki-chan?
Oh, wow. When the rose dies, that is an extremely ominous title there. Is Rose gonna fake her death? I wonder. Sorry. I guess I really am an idiot. I should be the one apologizing. I just happened to miss you during a nervous period. So I've been feeling down. I wonder if she's actually talking to him on the phone or just talking to herself. Here. Oh, she is actually talking. Okay.
Yeah, bad timing. We just missed each other. But thanks to that, my job's done. I'm sorry I was so useless just when you want to rely on me. So you aren't at fault at all. It's all my fault.
Oh, really? Then it's your fault, not mine. Apologize to me. Say you're sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Harry's sorry. Santa help.
Harry's sorry? What the fuck?
Santa help me.
Is that like an inside joke between the two of them or something? That's not funny at all. Meishui, realizing she had been taking this too seriously all by herself, laughed as though her gloom had been dispelled. Alan laughed with her. Before long, she felt completely relieved. However, the depth of the ditch between them hadn't changed in the slightest. She had to test whether or not this was something they could overcome hand in hand. And it was possible that this might even lead to them breaking up. Still, let's talk it out. I don't want to lie anymore. I'll tell Alan that I'm one of those Chinese people who, according to him, I'll never be able to form a mutual understanding with. And then I'll tell him that I'm practically a member of the GDS, one of those mafias I said I hated so much. I'll show him my raw self, and if that doesn't work, I'll search for a new love after a long period of crying myself to sleep. I've got no interest in love as a fake me, clinging to an illusion forever. Hey, Alan, I have a favor to ask of you.
Sure thing. Your wish is my command. I'll do anything that'll make you happy, Yuki-chan.
Well, I'd like to introduce you to my big brother.
What? Your brother?
You saved up a lot of points, right? Time to cash him in. Wasn't your next wish gonna be to come play at my house? Wow.
Well, of course. I want to go to your house.
Then you'll have to meet my brother. The two of us live in the same house. If you can't get along well with him, then we won't be able to stay together.
If you put it that way, I can't afford to lose. I'll try have to try hard, so he doesn't think I'm not good enough for you. Listen, Keith. I've finally been invited over to Yuki-chan's house. Well, are you still doing that? I didn't really get it, but congrats.
Yeah, that's another... Yeah, I do think that him and Keith.
She said she wants to introduce me to her big brother soon, so I've got to meet him! What does it mean? Us suddenly getting closer like this? Does this mean I'm gonna be friends with her family? Whoa! So stupid. Getting all smug because of a woman. At least I used to think that way, but... Not to think of it. There's no way to get more kids unless couples like that give birth. Kids, you say? But it's too soon, big brother! We've got to start with a platonic relationship first.
Alan was ecstatic and off and on his own little world. The old Keith would have had looked at this and mocked it slightly in his head. He thought that being carefree and getting hooked on women was for fools, and that real adults had to be stoic and cool-headed. However, it was thanks to this carefree man's brightness that he was able to return from that freezing Siberia alive. I still don't think they look old enough to be freaking war veterans. Like, they've done a pretty good job of differentiating the younger characters from the older ones, but not with Alan and Keith. They look way too young. Like, seriously. They look like more of the Wandering Dog's age than, the age of people like Leo and Cyrus and... Like, seriously. That stoic, lonely recruit who didn't try to earn anyone's favor would surely have been ostracized by his superiors, becoming malnourished or getting dysentery and dying. However, Alan's carefree attitude and cheeriness had won over his superiors, even earning him some friends among the Soviet troops.
Wasn't it Alan who had convinced the Russian medical officer to let me rest for a whole week after I passed out?
He wants Alan to be happy.
From now on, whenever I meet a woman, I'll try thinking about whether I could fall in love with her or not. I think women are pretty pointless, but when I see you, I start feeling like I'm the idiot. Hey, girls are pretty nice. Love is power, gives you the strength of 1,000,000. Big brother, I'll protect Yuki-san for the rest of my life. Nah, just messing around. Wait! Children are important. Family's important. And love must be just as important. You should give it a try too, Keith. Well, I've never had anything to do with women. Hey, it's fun, like starting a new life. Next time I meet a girl, I'll try looking at it that way.
We'll see how he does. I wonder if he's like almost like he could possibly be asexual, given that he had no interest before. So you're jealous, thinking your partner might get stolen away by a girl. That's exactly what I was thinking, Stella. Wow, Stella, we were on the same wavelength in that.
It's the opposite. No matter how much time he spends with women, I know there's a place reserved only for him and me. I get it.
You're trying to look tough, when you're really just lonely, huh?
I'm not trying to look tough at all.
Keith was pushing a baby stroller with a sleeping Yuji inside. It was hard to care for children and shop at the same time. Having to shop every day with a heavy child on your back would kill anyone's shoulders. True, one could shop alone if they used a baby stroller. However, there were some kidnappers who went after children. Besides those looking for profit, mothers who lost their children in the Great Disaster sometimes happened to make off with babies who resemble their own. Oh, that's grimdark. Oh, hello, Burncastle. Welcome to the stream. unable to leave their children home alone. Mothers with young ones always suffered when they went shopping. So simply having another person there to help look after a child lightened the burden considerably. Keith was now practically a Yuji-only babysitter. Well, that is adorable. Alan liked fighting, so being a bodyguard at a bar suited him perfectly, but Keith was different. He had played the part of the bodyguard when his partner Alan was with him, but if there was any other work out there, he wasn't usually that interested in rough work. These days, he would go to the Myogi house almost every week and spend the day with Yuji and Stella. He's like an uncle. Oh, that's cool. You're one of those, aren't you? You see people in love, and you think they're idiots who've lost their minds.
Pretty much, until a short while ago.
Oh, and what about now?
If men and women don't fall in love, children will never be born. Sort of a contradiction to love kids but hate men and women in love. I mean, love kids but hate men and women in love.
True. It's like saying you like chicks but hate chickens.
I've sort of noticed this contradiction inside myself. I value children. I value harmonious families. And yet I thought the steps leading to that is being dirty somehow.
I know you feel. You might think your daughter is cute and want her to build a happy family. But then you suddenly start poking your nose in when she gets a boyfriend.
Why does love seem so filthy to us?
You know, the Omihai marriage interviews have been the norm in Japan for a long time. Parents on both sides carefully scrutinize the child on the other, and they make a proposal only after deciding that there are no issues.
I see. So they wouldn't want their precious child marrying to some undesirable family based on blind love.
I think parents like that have passed on a bad image of marriage based on love, which decides a life partner without the parents' say.
Sort of a letdown for me. I thought it was totally cool since I didn't go crazy for girls. But actually, I was just acting like a good little kid following his parents' orders. Pretty pathetic, right?
You've become an adult.
So, when Yuji-kun grows up and falls in love with a girl of unknown origin, what will you do, Stella-san?
Is it really a problem? Let him find as much love as he can. For some reason, men treat love like it's so sacred. Love is a one-time sacred thing, like the stinger of a honeybee. As soon as it stabs something, you die too.
Yeah, I know. I generally despise people who brag about how many people they've gone out with.
Go and despise them if they go out with someone else after signing the marriage papers. That's no good. But before that, I think you should find love and go out with all sorts of people. Do men have some kind of supernatural power that lets them spot their fated person at a glance?
No, nothing like that.
The same goes for women, honey. Of course, they have no supernatural power that lets them spot the person they're fated to be with after meeting them and having a brief conversation.
So, you should fall in love with different kinds of people, searching for the one you're fated to be with.
And while you're learning to do that, you learn how to deal with the opposite sex, and you start to see what you'd like out of your fated person. You start to learn your own hide and spot people who match it. And every now and then, you start thinking maybe this person's not so bad.
It's sort of like that card game, concentration. You flip several face-down cards over, looking for the cards you want.
After all, people are surprisingly bad at spotting their fated person. Even I once thought that a tall, handsome rich man who could tell a good joke would be my prince.
If a guy like that actually existed, he'd have married some lady long ago.
Exactly. I actually did try going out with someone like that. But it felt wrong somehow. And now after taking care of Yuji all this time, I finally understand.
You mean you figured out what your type is?
Yeah. I need someone who treasures family. And it's gotta be someone who likes kids.
Too bad. I'm short, not handsome, I suck at jokes, and poor and stingy.
I've never gone out with someone like that before, so I'm sort of interested.
Oh. Please, none of that.
Wow, I thought she was much older than him. But yeah, that's right, he just looks like super, super young.
Come on, I'm a kid. People get the wrong idea.
Well, we're together all the time, so some people have already gotten that wrong idea. Stella and a young man are playing with Yuji. Who could that be? Yuji is the precious child she raised with the consigliere. If she's letting him play with a child like that, they must be pretty close.
Well, I'm a member of a battalion. You could just say I'm your bodyguard.
It'd just be a pain to try and explain it away like that. I told everyone you're my new boyfriend.
Is it really okay for a lady of the evening to announce that she has a boyfriend?
I've retired after all, remember? So nothing wrong with loving out in the open now.
Hold on a sec. I'm pretty sure I have the right to choose too.
My, you're a cheeky little boy. Ada. Don't you realize how hard it was to make a reservation with me?
Oh, wait. Yuji-kun's watching. Stop it.
Oh, Yuji. Did you wake up? Stella lifted Yuji out of the stroller. Maybe he was still half asleep since his eyes were drowsy. Yuji, do you like Big Brother Keith? I like him. As he answered, he yawned. Stella smiled and hugged him. I like him too, right? I get the feeling I can always be myself when I'm talking to you. I feel like I talk to you naturally, like family instead of a man-woman relationship.
Well, I come from a big family. I guess that just shows.
I don't know, but I never feel worn out with you.
Well, I guess that's important.
Do you get worn out around me?
Well, so I sometimes get tired when Yuji-kun's energetic and forces me to keep up.
Don't dodge the issue. Are you mocking me?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying this feeling.
Is this what Alan meant when he talked about feeling as though you were starting a new life? Keith didn't know, but he hadn't felt this tingly since the first time he'd been offered a smoke. What the heck's that supposed to mean? You mean like being offered a chance to do something secret and bad? Oh, hello, Revealing Storm. Welcome to the stream. No, I do not have a Patreon. I want to make the channel a bit better before even thinking of starting something like that.
I don't really get it myself.
Yeah, I didn't expect Stella X Keith either. Seriously. Wow, that talk about... Damn, that's out of left field.
I don't really get it myself. I'm not a veteran in love like you, Stella-san.
By the way, is the Keith voice okay? Because there's a lot of guys in this story, and is it different enough from the standard Butler voice I'm using for Alan and Butler and everything? I just see if I can. I'm trying to differentiate him by making him, because he has that sleepy look in his eyes. So I'm trying to make him sound a bit more lethargic. You aren't supposed to call people son when you're among family. I won't ask you to do it in public, but please stop when we're alone, okay?
Well, it's true I don't really like calling people son. I bet you're a big-time Primavera exec, Stella-san. Huh. I'm so uncool. Just like a kid. Well, I guess I'll do my best to be a bit more open and honest. After all, it ticks me off when people treat me like a little boy.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you do look like a kid. You are a stubborn little boy. Just my type. If you want, would you like to come out to have a drink in my room tonight? Just the two of us. Ooh, dang, Stella.
Well, I've never received an invitation like that before.
I do think they should have given Stella another outfit. For like, especially like for casual, when she's being like going out casually like this, like they gave Rose a second outfit. And Stella's a really important character. And like, isn't it supposed to be like, I don't know, another season and stuff? When she's out casually, I don't think that this outfit quite fits. And I think they should have given Stella a second outfit for when she's like not working.
Well, never received an invitation like that before. Truth is, I can't really hold my liquor.
I hate drinking too. Oh wow, Stella, you too? I also don't. I mean, I don't like drinking, but I don't drink at all, so just coffee. I'm glad to see our tastes match.
Huh, that's surprising. He worked in Primavera, but you still can't drink?
Yup. A very good boy. You get a gold star. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that, Guffy Forest. That's right. There was a whole thing like Stella can't hold her liquor, and she like got all goofy and everything. That's right. I remember that. If neither of us can drink, then can you think of anything else we can do together besides drinking? Dang, she does not waste her time. Wow. Stella grabbed Keith's arm and smiled roguishly. However, her face didn't look like a lady of the evening, but more like a childhood friend who lived in his neighborhood for years. See, now, they really should have given Stella a second outfit. Oh, who's that? Uh-oh. Who the fuck is that? Since the day Gabriel had taken command, Butler had been like a pet dog with a chain of Oh my god! Ryukishi, you and your fucking references. Oh my god. He was under constant surveillance and nearly all of his authority had been stripped. Oh my god. Yeah, he's not been stripped just of his authority. Oh my god. He was supposedly Gabriel's second in command, but he was treated practically like Gabriel's pet dog, Phil. However, there was nothing Butler could do. Hello, Hub. Welcome to the stream. Gabriel was his superior officer, and he even had proof of Butler's wrongdoings. Butler had evidence too, so he couldn't be touched any more than this. But Gabriel also had no need to release him. He was literally being kept as a pet for life. Of course, Butler had no intention of being doted upon and taking it easy. He groped about for ways to secretly contact members of his faction within HQ and somehow break out of his current situation. I know this is gonna happen. I know there's gonna be a scene or scenes when Butler and Alan interact, and I'm gonna scream. I know it's gonna happen. This always happens. No matter how distant two characters may seem, fate will find a way to put them in a scene together. I know it's gonna fucking happen. And I'm gonna be like, ah! His observers came as far as the entrance to the bathroom. However, they obviously refrained from coming in with Butler. Damn, that is a fancy-ass bathroom. At the time, Butler was under constant guard and forbidden from contacting anyone on the outside, to say nothing of Primavera. Butler knocked on the furthest stall back and got a knock in return, telling him it was occupied. There were plenty of other stalls open, but Butler specifically chose the one next door. Ooh, they're doing this. They did this in Full Metal Alchemist. Then something small was thrown over the partition between his stall and the next one over. It was a small rolled up memo. In exchange, Butler threw over a crumpled up high value bill. When the man in the next stall took it, he coughed as though expressing his gratitude. Yep, exactly, Apparition. Just like Oliver and Richard being in the same fucking scene. Oh, God. He unrolled the memo. On it was information packed together with small letters. Of course, it was information about Gabriel.
The bastard. How long does he think he can keep me pinned down as a pet?
In it was a record of Gabriel's history and upbringing. Looks like a map to me. Even now, Butler couldn't understand Gabriel's thoughts and personality. Only when he discovered that he would be able to build a plan to win him over, threaten him, or take him down. Understanding Gabriel. Butler thought this would be the most direct route to defeating him. There were no new discoveries to be found in his history. Gabriel Cavaraya, I'm guessing by his name he's also half Japanese. Yep. Oh, right there. His father was Japanese, making him a Japanese American. He was an elite among elites, but graduated from officer school with superb grades. When war broke out between Japan and America, some Japanese Americans entered the army to prove their allegiance toward America. However, Gabriel had entered officer school before that, walking an elite route that separated him from the other people of Japanese descent. But that was probably thanks in large part to the fact that he'd taken strongly after his mother, and it was hard to spot his Japanese ancestry at a glance. Also, he had received a high-quality education from his mother's distinguished family, so few people realized he was of mixed race until they heard his name. Even though he was secretly investigated during the war by the OSS, predecessor to the CIA, when he was suspected of participating in spy activities by officers of Japanese descent. However, this investigation proved that he was a model American military man who pledged absolute allegiance to the Stars and Stripes. At the time, Japanese Americans were being forced into concentration camps to prevent them from engaging in terror spying. Yep. That is such a huge blotch in our history. However, this made for suitable propaganda in Japan, which could accuse America of unscrupulous racial discrimination. America? Do that? Unbelievable. Of course, this could also be used as a political card, given the importance America placed on civil liberties. For that reason, the military's public relations department wanted to find moving stories celebrating Japanese Americans who pledged allegiance to the Stars and Stripes. Taking full use of that momentum, Gabriel dashed up an elite path and managed to make the position of major while still young.
I see. So he wasn't only an elite, but lucky too. Is this the protection of God? Guess that angelic name isn't just for show.
By the way, Butler was also secretly investigated by the OSS at the time. He had been cleared of suspicion as being a spy, but since the term moving story could hardly apply to him, he never received this lucky tailwind.
Still, I don't like it. Apparently those cold reptilian eyes he always looks at me with, he never shows to anyone else. At the very least, no matter who you ask, they say he has a warm, compassionate character, just like the angel he's named after.
He's a paladin.
Though when he looks at me at least, I see nothing but an extreme lack of compassion.
He seems very detached.
I feel a madness from that angel. Like he wouldn't mind killing villains no matter how gruesome it gets.
Yep, that's exactly what I get from him too.
True, you do meet crazy people like that now and then. But I can hardly imagine people like that rising to the rank of major. I mean, seriously. Upbringing, is it? If I don't find a hint there, I'm stuck.
Butler had grasped his school record and family makeup and such long ago. However, this was the first information he'd gotten on Gabriel's everyday activities, such as his upbringing and conduct. He continued to read. Before long, there was sweat forming on Butler's forehead. Not just one drop. A whole lot of it. It's possible, Mystery Theater. Though his lips still had Butler's usual bold smile, his expression was stiff.
I'm impressed you managed to research this much. Now, I understand how the Major thinks.
Oh, did he find something chilling? Oh, his tense fingers crumbled the corner of the memo. They were wet with sweat. I guess he should flush down the toilet. Oh, he found something. A warm, compassionate person fitting for the name of an angel?
What the hell he is? You're one bastard of a Tanuki.
You see, I want to stain these hands red with mafia blood. After all of my accomplishments and efforts until this day have been for the sole purpose of achieving that goal.
Ah, come on. That's a spicy joke for such a pretty face.
Yep, this conversation. We already saw it. It most certainly is not a joke. I may use my authority and any methods that I please to destroy criminal organizations. Do you realize how hard I've worked to get a chance to hear those words? From the very, very beginning, he said it all himself, didn't he? So then his goal is...
That's not funny at all, Gab-chan.
Butler tried to take a fountain pen from his pocket. However, his fingertips were shaking and sweaty, so he had to struggle even to hold the pen. He scribbled over a single page in a notebook. The letters were incredibly shaky. Then he tore it out, rolled it up, and tossed it over the partition.
Take that message to Madame Rose with all haste. This is urgent. This guy is a fucking psycho and will kill everybody. Yes, sir!
There was the sound of running water, and the man dashed out of the bathroom. I wonder if he's going to get intercepted. If Butler left too, the MPs waiting outside might get suspicious. So Butler left the stall a short while later. Oh, absolute revealing storm. I agree with you 1,000,000,000%. Umineko is my favorite story. Full stop of all time. So, yeah, so thank you. I'm so happy that I could introduce it to more people, and it had the same effect on you as it did for me. If Butler left too, the MPs waiting outside might get suspicious. So Butler left the stall a short while later. As he washed his hands, he looked at his face in the mirror. His face was weary and covered with beads of sweat. Butler was aware that he was a villain, but he's not a supervillain. Before this day, he had made contact with several people who made several similar plots out of self-interest. So he knew that there were all kinds of villains. There were greedy villains who were honest with themselves. There were hypocritical villains who wouldn't acknowledge that they were villains. There were proud villains that just wanted to satisfy their vanity. There were also businesslike, emotionless villains who viewed bribery and corruption as just part of the job. There were all kinds of tropes. Most fit into these few categories. Each one could be won over in different ways, and there was no villain you couldn't find a compromise with. However, this major was different from all of those.
At worst, I'll end up going down too. Damn it!
For the first time, another person made Butler shudder in fear. Yep, he's a zealot. This man, who never hesitated when dealing with the most violent mafias, shuddered. He washed his face, dried it, and finally left the bathroom. Oh yeah, absolutely revealing storm. Definitely you should read Higurashi too. Yep. It feels so sad finishing Umineko, I know that. But one thing I have heard is that there are 4 extra Tsubasas that were in a newer release that as soon as I can, I will love to make a special stream trying to read them. There are 4 new Tsubasas with the newest release of Umineko. And I'm dying to read those. He finally left the bathroom. Hey there, Phil. He probably interrupted the guy with the note.
If it isn't the Major. I never imagined such a great angel would ever need to use the toilet. Although it's a good thing I already went to the bathroom, because I would be shitting myself right now. Oh, I'm sort of interested to find out what plops out when an angel's straddling the toilet seat.
It's the Switch one, revealing storm, yeah. I forgot to mention it, so I'll let it slide this time. But do not profane angels again.
Ooh.
Yep, he caught the guy. Behind Gabriel, the officer Butler had spoken with just now in the bathroom was being held by some MPs. Then they went through his pockets and took out the memo Butler had handed him.
Major, he had this on him.
Let's see it. You don't mind, do you, Phil?
Shit.
Gabriel spread out the crumpled memo, then looked between it and Butler's face, lingering over every word. Now that's odd. How could parts of my plan that I never told you to leak out? Told to you leak out?
You really are insane. I know we're villains. I've done all sorts of bad things for my own sake.
You are a villain, after all.
But you know what? Even among villains, there are things you can do and things you must not do.
Well, I don't understand a bit of your definition of a villain. The villains I know are like literal Satans, without a drop of mercy. Butler couldn't bring himself to say anything more. Is the Gabriel voice okay, or do you want me to change it up a bit? Like, I'm open to. I just want to know if you think I could do something different with it. I'm okay with it for myself, but I just want your opinion. Since he'd already come to understand part of Gabriel's madness, he couldn't say anything more. Gabriel signaled with his chin and his aides pinned Butler's hand behind his back. Whoa! His legs were kicked out from under and behind, and he was brought down to his knees.
Oh, stop it!
Phil, open your mouth. What the fuck?
It's not a mouth splendid enough to display in your presence.
What is he gonna do? When Gabriel shrugged, the man holding Butler twisted his arms even further.
I'll do it! I'll open my mouth! That's what you wanted, right?
This memo is truly proof of your corruption, your evil. I could destroy you with this single piece of paper. But I'll forgive you. I'll forgive your sin.
Well, thanks.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I hope this isn't... Let's keep going. All you need to do is swallow the sin that you spat from your body. He rammed the rolled up memo into Butler's mouth. Oh, thank God. It was only a bit bigger than a large candy. It felt as big as a fist to Butler. Oh my God, wow. It looked like he was starting to choke. But Gabriel continued to push it down his throat with a cold, merciless smile. That pain is the taste of your sin. Wrap your tongue around it and get a good taste. Come on. Swallow it. If you spit it out. Oh god, okay. Yeah, this is totally meant to be suggestive. Yeah. We'll keep doing this until you stop. This is Erica and the Ring. All over again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Butler suffered from an intense desire to vomit, and there were even tears in his eyes, but he finally did swallow it. Ugh, that's dirty. Unable to bear the sensation of a foreign body in his stomach, he started choking several times. Oh yeah, wow. Very good. Now, the evidence of your evil deeds has disappeared. You've been forgiven one sin. He emphasized the word one, as if implying that there were other sins that still hadn't been forgiven.
What'd you like me to swallow next?
I believe I ordered you to cease all farces between the two of us. I believe I warned you that you would be punished if you broke that rule.
Go to hell, you bastard!
What did he just say in Japanese?
He was insulting you, Major.
I'll forgive that outburst. However, from now on, you are forbidden from speaking anything but English while in my presence. With strength you wouldn't have guessed, oh, I would have guessed, laid within those thin arms, Gabriel dragged Butler to his feet. Yup. The final battle is going to be Gabriel versus Leo. Totally. If that doesn't happen, I'm honestly going to be really disappointed. Because they can't set... Like, he looks like a perfect foil to Leo. Like, in terms of power and, like, you know, and everything, basically. Like, and surely, in Primavera's darkest hour, their legendary hero, Leo, should return, right? Right? Then he pushed him away, and Butler flew through the door to the bathroom and landed on his butt. This place will be closed for cleaning for a while.
Yes, sir.
I've done my own sort of research on how best to teach a lesson to a villain like you. Looking at the tests I've done so far, each one has been extremely effective. Oh boy. He's gonna make him eat shit, literally, or something like that. Ugh, disgusting.
So you didn't mind as long as I used English, right? Go to hell, bastard.
Whoa! That is a ballsy move. Oh god, did he get killed or some shit? Oh my god. there is gonna be a big bloodbath at the end of this. It's like gonna be a big ass cliffhanger to part 4 with the way they're setting things up. There's gotta be. With the establishment of a distribution association approved. Yep, probably at their big party establishing this thing. Freaking Gabriel's gonna come in and just totally fuck them up. I can't wait to see his combat sprites. Primavera execs ran about, preparing and adjusting various matters. While working hard, they could feel harvest season's sort of progress in their steadily advancing plan.
Here, Rose-san.
Thank you. Let's give it our all again today.
So, you still have those clothes, even though they look pretty worn out. I won't throw them away even if they're torn to pieces.
Was that... Oh, that's Rose saying that. God damn it. So you still have those clothes, even though they look pretty worn out. Sorry about that. That's right, this is Wayne's original outfit. It's like of the very modern looking suit and hoodie. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Wayne must be really warm in that.
And anyway, familiar clothes work best when things get tough.
Though Madame Rose had been released from some of her work by her aide Stella, she was still working hard. On the contrary, she was taking on various foreign affairs that required more vitality than anything before. While Primavera was in an aggressive posture, unwilling to succumb to any sort of violence, it was also essential that they make their devotion to their countrymen known. It was very important to meet with representatives of the people to conduct top-level diplomacy. On this Sunday, she once again attended a meeting of her countrymen among the city folk. It was rumored that universal suffrage would soon be made a reality. Rose had come because certain people who wanted one of their brethren entered into the race, had come asking for support from her association of friendship between countrymen. If the Japanese were now a minority, wanted their opinions to be heard, they couldn't avoid participating in politics. In 1946, during the first period of Reconstruction after the war and disaster, the first election of universal suffrage had been held, with equal suffrage for men and women. However, in Tokyo's independent cities alone, this had been postponed as they were having trouble reaching an agreement. This was because the Chinese had taken issue when the Americans had rejected it. When the Americans had rejected of the establishment, it should be to the establishment of a communist party in their military districts. Really? Wait a minute. What? Wait, this is the CCP in this universe? Blah-blah. In a universe where... Really? Oh. That still happened? And America and this China are close allies? Oh. They didn't even... Huh? I was thinking that Gummy Force. Like that does... Yeah, that makes no sense. This should be the ROC, not the PRC. In this type of alternate history. Oh well, I guess I just go with it. This is because the Chinese had taken issue when the Americans had rejected to the establishment of a communist party in their military districts. On the flip side, the Americans weren't happy because being Chinese would be a de facto requirement for voting in the Chinese-run districts. Neither side was willing to compromise, so the whole matter of establishing elections in Tokyo's independent cities had been shelved. However, America, which professed to be the leader of the democracy camp, indicated its desire for an early resolution to this problem. They wanted to start universal elections, even if it meant compromising with the Chinese, as they wanted to show the democracy camp had no intention of forming colonies. Due to the effects of the war at the time, colonial powers all over the world were weakening. Wars of independence were breaking out in colonies all over Asia. Here we go, Leo Shishigami, yes! That southern country Leo Shishigami had crossed the seas to return to was one such nation. The most vital issue to larger countries was whether these smaller nations would join the East or the West once they gained their independence. In part for that reason, they wanted to prove to these smaller nations that joining the democracy camp would result in them being granted various privileges without facing recolonization. That had been the reason behind the incredible reconstruction brought about by America and China after the Great Disaster. Come to think of it, the Japanese islands were basically a working model of both camps at the time. For that reason, the Americans made large concessions to the Chinese. They indirectly approved the establishment of a Communist Party in American districts. Really? 1940s America approving that. 1940s into the 50s. Wow. Jesus Louise's creases. I'd say that's a bit of a stretch. The Chinese welcomed this and slightly relaxed the voting requirements in Chinese districts. And so the door was suddenly open, holding elections of universal suffrage in the Tokyo independent cities. The most optimistic predictions saw elections beginning shortly after New Year's. In these cities, which were practically in the possession of the Americans and Chinese, this might form a chance for the Japanese to take back their political rights. On the other hand, there was a chance that the will of the people would end up approving the formation of de facto colonies in this area. In each district, each camp was supporting candidates favorable to their cause. Even in City 23, several wealthy pro-American Japanese people had started up political activity with the election in mind. Eventually, it would probably be narrowed down to a small group of the most popular, who would gain immense support and start waging election campaigns. They sat around and waited for the election. It was quite possible that someone would come to power who cared little for the rights of the Japanese. The Japanese, who were almost all poor, usually didn't have enough funds to run a campaign. I do know it was legal, but I can't imagine the America of that time period making such a concession to allow that. Like, it was started in like the early part of the 20th century, but I know by that time period, the subject of such a thing was extremely taboo. So for them to make that concession must have been really huge. The Japanese, who were almost all poor, usually didn't have enough funds to run a campaign. And the few who did have enough economic clout were in bed with the occupying forces. Such people would never act in a way contrary to the military's wishes. At this rate, there was even a danger that the will of their countrymen would be banished from politics across Tokyo, not just in City 23. To Madame Rose, who had been working to strengthen their distribution foundation, this was the next major problem to be dealt with.
You should run for an office yourself.
The first character in the Japanese word for politics can also mean worshipping the gods. Politics is fundamentally a religious rite. The hands of a person involved in religious rites must be absolutely clean. Really? Damn, Rose, I thought you had grown past being naive. There's like a clean politician, really? So those of us in the world of the night must not step onto the stage of politics.
If your hands are dirty, then everyone else's hands must be covered with crap.
Like, seriously. You're kind, Maine-kun. Thank you. There were some who wanted to nominate Madame Rose, but she declined. In exchange, she offered to back a person who could speak for her countrymen, lending her support. Though the negative image of her had grown since the soy sauce war, Rose's influence was still beyond measure. She was finally rising to the stage as a political fixer.
Still, Rose-san, that's why I want you to be on your guard. Though our relationship with the GDS and the occupying forces have stabilized, as far as we know, you'll never know what might happen.
Are you talking about shrinking my personal guard? I'm fine as long as I have you, Wing-kun. I know full well how incredibly strong you are. Oh god. Is the first thing Gabriel's gonna do to be completely and totally own Wayne? To show how freaking incredibly strong he is. Oh god, that'll be too sad. That means Wayne is gonna be like the freaking Vegeta in the beginning of a Dragon Ball Z arc.
Please restore the normal number of people to your guard. There's a lot of people right now who will be in trouble if you died. And also, don't forget that there's a lot of people who want you dead, too.
Though their relationship with the GDS was still tense on the surface, they had established a hotline with Sons Along, removing any danger of a feud. Also, she had thought of dragging a crowd of thugs around with her all the time would scare the people. I mean, all politicians, well, higher up politicians at least have bodyguards. Nothing unusual about that. Since she was trying to get involved with politics, it was necessary for her to preserve her image as a queen to some degree, but queens have guards, have knights and shit like that, Though everyone knew she was an underworld boss, it wouldn't be good to let them see that every time they looked at her. For that reason, by Madame Rose's request, her guards had been halved when she was out on foreign affairs work. Wayne opposed this, but after being lectured to by intellectuals like James Tomitake, he reluctantly agreed. He had switched her smaller guard to contain only elites hardened by plenty of actual combat, all in an effort to counter the reduced strength of her defenses.
Runtana, runtana, nihiya, nihiya, nihiya.
As Alan strolled by with a strange, happy step, passers-by smiled wryly at his cheeriness.
I'm gonna meet my girlfriend's brother. Everything's gonna go great. He's not gonna be a mafia boss. Why would I even think of something like that? Ha ha.
There was a bouquet of red roses in his hand. Why, thought he needed this on the day he was going to meet his girlfriend's brother is a mystery. But he'd been so happy he bought it on impulse. It seemed Alan thought this would become a day to be remembered. Jay and his girlfriend's brother acknowledged their relationship. That easygoing side of him was probably the greatest source of his charm. Surely that incomprehensible bouquet would boost his charm even further. What have you been doing, brother? I told you, today is an important day! Today of all days, I wanted to show up on time. What are you doing? The Japanese are super strict about time! If he hates the Chinese for being loose about 9 because of you, I'll hate you forever! As Mei Shui dashed about getting her makeup ready, she yelled at her brother who hadn't prepared to leave at all. Meiji responded by saying his mind was fully prepared. But his words apparently went unnoticed as Mei Shui struggled with her eyeliner. You gotta practice your eyeliner, Mei Shui. That's... You eventually get good at it and it becomes pretty easy to do.
If he is the sort of man that would bring you sorrow, I will extract an eye from him on the spot. And if he is not suitable for my little sister, I will extract a nose from him on the spot.
If you don't dress up in a way that's suitable for my big brother, I'll turn a certain iguana into mincemeat on the spot!
Oh.
Wait. Wait. What? I think the translation fucked up. That doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't it be... Isn't she talking to Meiju? Wouldn't that mean a way that's suitable for my boyfriend? Like... Who is she talking to? I'm misunderstanding here. Because it looks like, from the sound of turning iguana into mincemeat, it looks like she's threatening Meiju. But Meiju is her big brother. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. It's just worded weirdly. It's the way that's suitable for her big brother to meet her boyfriend. Okay. Sorry, I just needed to parse that a bit. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a moron, if you haven't noticed already.
Oh.
Aren't you supposed to clean up a little before bringing a man over?
Oh, are you only saying this now? Or were you so engrossed with other things last night that you didn't notice?
Damn, did they already fuck?
Nope, just didn't say it out of politeness.
And what about you? What are you thinking bringing letters like that when you're going to visit a woman's home?
I've got an appointment with a gunsmith who adjusted this evening.
Ooh, he brought his sniper rifle with him.
I want to tweak the stock a bit more.
At first, she started hoping he knew how to play the guitar, before receiving a shock when she saw what was inside.
Anyway, we can't bring Yuji-kun to a moldy room like this. No helping it. For Yuji-kun's sake, I'll get it all cleaned up.
But a reliable papa. Okay, your sunny side up eggs are ready. Plenty of people have tried to sweet talk me by asking to taste my own cooking, but I've never let them. You ought to be grateful.
Isn't this plate the one that was inside the rotating rotting water bucket earlier?
How rude! I washed it carefully. I hardly ever do that. I hate washing dishes.
Maybe I should drop by here every now and then. I'm starting to feel sort of obligated.
While helping out caring for his many younger brothers and sisters, Keith had also lent a hand with housework. He wasn't quite housewife class, but he was certainly more capable than Stella. Stella once had a nighttime job, so she usually slept during the day and left caring for Yuji to Richard. However, now that she had quit work as the lady of the evening, she couldn't push that job on Richard all the time. I mean, wouldn't she be working at night a lot anyway, since the club is open at night and she's still in charge of the club even if she's not on the floor? It was necessary for her to change her tragic situation so that Yuji could come to Stella's house too.
It's about time to go to Brother's house. I've got to pick up Yuji.
And let's take Yuji-kun for a walk and go shopping at the same time.
Oh, wonderful. Just like family. What do we buy? What would you like for dinner tonight?
First, let's buy detergent, bleach, and cleaning tools.
The two of them went to Richard's house, picked up Yuji, and put him in the stroller. Oh, yeah, that's right. Meryl is the madam of the thing now. Yep, that's right. Sorry. Thank you, Burncastle. I forgot about that. On the way to the shopping district, there was the park they always played with them at. When he realized they were close to it, he started making a fuss about wanting to play. I told you no. We're going shopping. Oh boy. Oh boy, yep. This is called being a parent. Oh jeez. Wanna play? Oh god. Yeah, oh god, this You Stella, you gotta learn to take the routes to avoid places like this. You're not gonna win. They're either gonna make a scene or you have to oh god, they're gonna make a scene for sure, or you let them play. Wanna play?
I'll get tired once he's worn out with playing. Why don't we let him have fun until then?
You just gotta either make the time for them to play or you take a different route. Jeez. That doesn't pass by things they'd want to do.
Did you hear that?
Okay, you can play for just a bit.
Play.
To you two, it would just be boring to get stuck shopping with adults on such a pleasant Sunday. However, these two are probably thinking the same thing.
Don't worry about the shopping. We can do that anytime.
Yeah, I suppose so. But to Yuji, this day is irreplaceable.
In a kid's world, there are no meaningless days.
Come to think of it, that's true for everyone. All those meaningless days only have meaning when you realize they'll never come again.
I like the sound of that. By the way, what day of the month do you think it is?
October 19th? I don't know. Or is it the 20th already?
It's Sunday, October 23rd. If you want to treasure each and every day, you're probably on to know that much.
Oh wow. It's like 2 weeks ago. Keith, you remind me of how my brother used to be. I thought that strangely methodical part of you was familiar, and now I know. Sunday, October 23rd, 1949. It sounds so ominous now. Yep, weather clear. Yep. Something's gonna happen when they describe the fucking weather. 23.3 degrees Celsius high. (17.2 degrees Celsius low. The record states it was a day reminiscent of the summer that had gone, with sweaty weather and a beautiful autumn sky. It's very, yep. Guppy Force is telling me it's very difficult to stop after this point. Oh God. How much more do you think I have? The thing is, I'm not tired, actually. I will take a bathroom break right now, but Guppy Force, you tell me in the chat how much do you think is left in part 3? Because, yeah, something big is clearly going to happen if they're introducing the day like this. I'll be right back. Okay, the next, Okay, so the next stopping point is about the length of time have passed. Does that mean the next stopping point is that next stopping point the end of part 3 though? Yeah, because if it's before 3 hours have passed, I think that's just fine. And like when exciting things happen in the story, I feel less tired, so it should be fine. Because when I get hyped, I don't know, I just like the adrenaline kicks in. There would be about 20% of chapter 3 left. Oh, okay. Then, all right. Then I hate. Oh, God damn it! That really sucks. Oh, God damn it, Guppy Force. No, that really sucks because Oh God. Okay, so you're saying there's 2 hours of chapter 3 left. Is that what you're saying? Because I really want to do more, but jeez. If you're saying there's 2 hours of chapter 3 left, then I think I could do it. I probably won't get tired. It'll be a 3.5 hour stream, but you know, Rose Gun Days tends to be shorter lately because I get tired sometimes. But today is like, I'll be honest with you guys. I thought I was gonna get tired because I was feeling so tired earlier today, but I feel ready and raring to go. Like. Jeez. There's about 2.5 hours left in chapter 3. Oh, not just 2. If it was 2, I'd say do it, but. And I have no idea how I'm even gonna feel on Friday. Oh, God. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I can't go. I don't think I'll be able to go 4 hours. Oh, God. I am so sorry. Like, okay, maybe. You know what? I want to see what happens. I'm gonna do it. I'm going for it. Fuck it. Fuck it like photo bucket, as I want to say. Let's do it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm too hyped. I want to see what happens. I want to see freaking Gabriel go full freaking Kameda, Sephiroth mode. Whatever. Let's see. The record states that it was a day reminiscent of the summer that had gone, with the sweaty weather and beautiful autumn sky. Yep, surely none of them predicted that this day would drastically change the fates of them all. Just before 12 o'clock noon, Madame Rose arrived at the Boat Dig District Community Center at the heart of City 23. She was there to be a guest in the soon-to-start citizens' debate as the president of the Association of Friendship Between Countrymen. I'm doing it. I'm too hyped. And I feel like I'm not being fair because so many times I get tired and end Rose Gun Days a bit earlier than 2 hours, and I feel really bad about doing that. But I'm not tired today, so I'm just going to do it. Her greetings at a previous event had run long, so she only barely made it in time. Those looking forward to her arrival welcomed her with cheers. I might take another short break to make some more coffee or get some soda or something, but yeah, I'm definitely going for it. Those looking forward to her arrival welcomed her with cheers. Yeah, I somehow think Wayne is gonna be a punching bag for Gabriel. Today's event was being called a debate, but for all practical purposes, it was an election platform, with the supposed elections early next year in mind. Many of the common city folk gathered, and the meeting hall was wrapped in excitement. Also, just in case the unexpected happened, American police had been set out and were performing careful body checks on visitors. Of course, Wayne and the bodyguards had taken precautions against this body check beforehand. Oh boy, is this going to be like a red wedding type deal? Oh boy. Madame Rose was greeting the people running the event in front of the guest waiting room.
Oh, Madame Rose, welcome. Please let me introduce you all to her. This is Rose Ibora, Miss Rose Ibora, President of the Association of Friendship Between Countrymen.
I apologize for my lateness. I am Rose Ibara. It's an honor to meet you all. I wish you the best of luck today.
No, that's our line.
The crowd all rushed forward, each trying to shake Rose's hand first. In City 23 right now, no one stood to gain anything from openly disliking Madame Rose. So I guess the whole soy sauce war thing faded. During this time, Wayne gave orders to her guards as the leader of her security.
This stage is smaller than I expected. Let's lower the number of guards next to the stage by 1. Put 1 more guard at the rear of the hall. Yes, boss. We have no info regarding threatening moves by the GDS. Make sure you don't let your guards down. And if the worst happens, let the police handle it if it's just a scuffle. Don't draw your guns unless absolutely necessary. That'll damage Madame Rose's image. Yes, boss.
The guards were all experienced veterans back from the front lines. They're all the sort of people Wayne once had a complex toward. However, there was no sign of that in Wayne now. Oh boy, he's probably wearing this outfit because he's gonna fight. And I bet they didn't draw combat sprites for him in the other outfit. I bet that's what it is. And with his aura, none of them would doubt that he was their leader. That's why he switched to the other outfit. I bet that's the frickin' Doyleist reasoning behind that. Guards needed to be intimidating just to look at. Those imposing suited veterans could talk some sense into less motivated assassins just by standing there. Wayne, on the other hand, was dressed in completely unimposing clothes. He blended in with the people as a general audience member, so he could get a better handle of the whole situation. Like, seriously, Wayne's clothing looks like high fashion. It really does. That outfit looks like it costs like $500 easily. That does not look like clothing a poor person would wear. So we could get a better handle of the whole situation. Showy wolves laid out like guard dogs, and a hidden wolf prepared to ambush the enemy. It really was like a pack of wolves. Yep, here we go. Sensing a disturbance, Wayne quickly turned around, but there was no longer anyone to be seen. The police officer who had hidden looked around, then disappeared down a staff passage. Then he entered an empty office and quickly picked up the phone. You could hear a thunderous applause off in the distance. Apparently the citizens' debate had begun.
This is the hall. All arrived on schedule. There are 8 guards, minimally armed. Our squad has completed its objective. There are 8 guards. There were also 8 American police officers inside and outside.
Not bad. What about the other squads?
M Squad still on Small Rock Street, in the process of achieving its objective near the 28th Chome. S Squad is already achieving its objective.
I wonder if they're gonna go after Lee Meiju at the same time.
No gods.
Ooh, here's the GoldenEye music. Like, don't you hear like the James Bond theme in that? This sounds like multiplayer music from GoldenEye 007. It really does. You just heard it right. Da 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 da. No odd job. Gabriel closed his eyes for a moment, then looked up at the heavens as though waiting for a revelation. Then perhaps he heard some voice. He nodded with a faint smile and gave the order. Ooh.
Initiate Order 66. Operation Great Justice. Operation start time is 12:07. Battle stipulations are as agreed upon. Massacre the targets. Your greatest priority is to see that no prisoners of war are taken. If necessary for the successful completion of the operation, you have permission to fire upon the general public as well.
Jesus Louises Creases! Oh my god! Wow! Ugh. Oh my god!
If you identify a possible obstacle, you have permission to eliminate them with a preemptive strike, even if they are an American policeman.
Jeez!
Notify all squads that the plan is underway. Bring justice to the Satans of the earth.
Whoa! Oh god! Yeah, I am totally going forward. Seriously. Oh my god.
Yuki-chan! Nothing bad's gonna happen today.
I thought monkeys were supposed to hold bananas, not roses. What, are you planning to propose to my brother?
No, well, I was so nervous today and I felt it'd be bad to come empty-handed.
Sheesh. You really are dumb. But I'm glad you feel that way. Thanks, Alan. Meishui hugged him with an emotional look on her face. Alan got red and excited by this sudden bold move.
By the way, about your brother. Right, what's his name?
My brother is looking for a place to park. I think he'll be here soon.
Huh. Parking's been hard to find around this area lately.
Hey, Alan. It'll still be possible for us to be together. No matter what happens. Alright?
Of course! If you'd let me, I'd like to be with you from morning till night, from the bath to the bed.
In that case, my brother's name is...
We interrupt you with a special broadcast.
God. Seriously, this is just, being drawn out. Oh, God.
Keith, swing. Play on swing.
Oh, no, that's Yuji.
Sure. On the swing then, young prince.
Don't ride it in a way that's dangerous, okay? Don't do what the big kids try to do and jump off.
I think it's okay to do that a little.
No, he's a little baby.
He's a boy. He's got to get tough. After all, these kids will be our future countrymen, the ones who'll pave the way to the future.
True. Then let him have a bit of an adventure, I guess. A scene in a peaceful park. A crowd of mothers with kids listen to the whims of their small princes and princesses and played happily. Older folks sat on benches scattering bits of bread crust they collected, causing a flock of pigeons to gather. Just a peaceful, warm midday on a Sunday. That flock of pigeons suddenly all took flight at once. I hope no one's gonna come try to assassinate them in the fucking park. Uh-oh. Are you fucking kidding me? Dashing through the cloud of hastily flying pigeons were several men in coats that didn't suit this park, all headed towards them. In this heat, it was impossible that they should be wearing coats and unnaturally sticking their hands in their pockets. It almost made it seem like they were messing around, just like running children.
Everyone! Get down!
Huh?
Look out, Yuki-chan!
Oh, wow, they're going after the GDS as well. Oh my god. Suddenly a speeding car flew at them. In the place they had been standing a moment before, the bouquet of roses lay cruelly scattered and crushed. If Fallon hadn't grabbed Mei Shui and jumped back, right now she would be... What was that, a drunk driver in the middle of the day?
No, these guys are sober. Nice try.
All the car's door was open and out flew several grim-faced suited men. Clearly weren't city folk enjoying the warm Sunday. And in their hands were handguns.
Do it. Kill him! Shouldn't you be paying me for the roses and saying sorry first?
Here we go.
Don't interrupt my date! They aren't even paying attention to me?
They are, yep, they're going after the GDS at the same time. Which means...
Yuki-chan! Run away! Run!
Huh? What? What's going on? The men were clearly going after Mei Shui. They grappled with Alan. They were aiming for Mei Shui behind his shoulders. Oh god.
Die, Lee Mei Shui! What the fuck? What the fuck? I have no time for questions. I gotta protect her. Die, you bastards! We have to kill her. The boss's orders. Come on. Ah!
3 cars skidded wildly. Thugs poured out their doors one after another. This time they weren't using handguns. They even had machine guns and shotguns. They're trying to start a war.
They're trying to start a war in this noon heat.
Oh! The hall was a madhouse of screams and gunfire. The audience was in a panic, everyone fighting to get out first. The guards, who hesitated to fire because they didn't want to get hit ordinary city folk, were fired upon without hesitation by an unknown enemy. Several people had been hit by stray bullets, and there were several in the hall moaning with fatal wounds. Everyone get down! Get down!
Get Madame Rose out of here. Rose-san's the only one they're going for.
Damn. Yup! I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Who on earth were they? They weren't the GDS. No, it was unthinkable that they were even a mafia. They were too cold. They were like reptiles. People in the criminal underworld don't shoot at cops without a strong reason. But these people fired at the police as soon as the disturbance broke out. No, they shot at the police first.
Buzz! The back door's blocked too. We're trapped like rats in a bag. We're not rats, we're wolves. We'll cut our way through, biting through with them, bag and all.
Wink, let's break out through the back! If we go out the front, the city folk will get dragged into it.
I was thinking the same thing. You bastards hear that? Yes, boss.
Give me a gun too. I won't forgive them. I'll never forgive the ones who dragged so many uninvolved people into this. Oh, interesting. Rose's fighting sprites are still using her old outfit. What? That was short as fuck. Oh, what? What was the point of that? What was the point of that? Ooh, Stella's fighting sprite. Damn it. There's Keith, using a handgun, not a sniper rifle. Oh, jeez! What a sprite! Oh, God! Yuji, don't move no matter what! Stay here on the ground, got it?
So, they're coming after us in broad daylight.
What a sprite this is! Damn, that's like for sure a fucking meme right here. Holy shit. The foreshortening. Dang.
Don't worry, the cops will be here soon.
That'd be nice. If we can hide until they pass by.
They were hiding behind a toy shaped like a small mountain. You can hear the cries of children being hit by stray bullets? And the voices of half-crazed mothers going to the children weren't getting consciousness. Oh, God. Oh, God. Unbelievable. To think that someone after their lives would attack a park with children playing in it. The enemy's target was clearly Stella. Certainly she had been standing out lately as Madame Rose's representative. It was certainly possible that an enemy analyzing the current situation would view her as Primavera's number 2 and consider her worth erasing. Anyway, let's run into the city.
Hey, careful not to leave cover. There's a surprisingly large number of them. I'll jump in. Seize that chance to take Yuji-kun behind the stack of tires. At this rate, we'll be surrounded again.
I guess your prized sniping ability isn't of much of use in times like this. And I thought I'd get a chance to witness your skill. Was it the gun or the guitar case you treasured? Even in this gunfight, Keith didn't let go of it.
Case by case. Looks like a handgun will be more useful now. Okay, I'm starting my attack.
Wow, look at that. Look at that fighting pose. Oh, wow. Damn, Keith's poses look so badass. Still, what are the police doing? This is a gunfight in the middle of the street in the middle of the day.
Maybe it's because the ones getting shot don't have US passports.
Hey, Yuji, stop grabbing onto me. Stay down. Another result screen. Jeez. Oh boy. Heavy mooks. Oh god. With the machine guns and shotguns. What? I blocked all the thingies. Here we go. Now it's Alan's turn. Yeah, three different scenarios happening at the same time. Alan returned enemy fire, hiding behind the car they had arrived in. Meishui was lost and confused, still with her head pressed against the ground by Alan. What's going on? What's going on? I hate the Mafia. I hate it!
Hey, yep, I really, really hate him too. Oh, please don't try to lift your head. Police will arrive here any second and chase these guys away. Right? Right? See, there's the lovely siren of a cop car. What?
How is anybody gonna survive this? Like, unless Leo comes in guns blazing. Well, we still have Richard and Cyrus. And Lee Meiju to come rescue them. The police car, which had come rushing in with the blaring sound of its siren, was instantly welcomed by a hail of bullets. The enemy didn't stop firing on it until it started spewing smoke and crashed into a power pole. Are the police here? Did they scare them away?
Hey now, I thought it was the rule of the underworld to run away when the police showed up. I can't imagine these guys are in our business. They're too crazy. Their numbers and weaponry are on a different scale. What's going on? Did I ever do something to make people want me dead this much? Yeah, too many to count.
Damn. After so few fighting scenes in Arc 2, like in Arc 3, since we're gonna have a lot again. Clearly, diplomacy is not gonna be very effective in this story arc, unlike last time. Hey, let's go. Oh wow, we are just fight scene after fight scene.
Alright, time for me again. In my old outfit with my old fighting sports.
Me too. It's just like old times. Except without Leo.
You're as good a shot as ever. Don't lean too far out.
I know, I'll let you go first. Come and count on me for support.
Watch our asses, you guys. You riddle them with holes even if it's your wife. Yes, boss. They're all really good. They're all well trained too. But who are they? They're too wild. They just ain't to fire off at random like that.
And we can worry about that after we've escaped from here. If we stay here, they wouldn't be able to get a medical team in.
Rose-san, get down!
Yep, Gabriel is definitely a last boss. I magically get in my old outfit when I shoot guns. They had been hit by a surprise attack, but Madame Rose's guard was made up of the best. Once they got into formation, it would be hard for even a wild enemy to attack them. I really hope that Gabriel shows up so we can see his fighting sprites. The back door was right there. Once they got out, Madame Rose's bulletproof car would be right there. Oh, there's a typo here. However, the spot in the front of the back door was sealed off by a firm 3-person defensive line of the enemies. Oh wait, that's not a typo. I just misread it. God damn it. Sticking their heads out into that straight corridor with no cover would be like peering down the barrel of their guns. They tried to find a way out through windows of rooms here and there. The windows were all barred. There were no alternate routes.
Oh, we are in a tight spot! Hold on, Rose-san. I'll get you out of this. Remember, I got plot armor.
Well, my guess is, Castle, that Butler is gonna escape. And go into hiding with them. And he's going to, tell them who's in charge. That's what my thought is. Because otherwise, how would they even know?
Damn, can't break through. Reminds me of that time with Caleb.
Exactly. It's like the Caleb arc.
Back then
This is a government office. They might not have alcohol. What about this? A fire extinguisher. Contents of the powder-based fire extinguisher were highly pressurized. If they threw it and shot it to rupture it, the power would probably form a smoke screen. Powder would probably form a smoke. However, they were up against 3 people. All of them had drum machine guns. Whoa! Each one had enough firepower to intercept an entire charging platoon. A mere smokescreen wouldn't be able to ward off that.
No. We gotta make do with this. Yes, boss. It's likely they'll start pushing in from both sides at once soon. After all, if they keep sitting around, the police will probably be all over this place.
Time was their ally. They think that. So for every second that passed, the enemy was more likely to push forward. Gunfights reach deadlocks when both sides hide to protect their lives. However, as soon as one side is prepared to lay down their lives, it means a resolution will be reached soon, no matter what it may be. The enemy was after Madame Rose alone, but they're trying to kill, not trying to capture her. On top of that, they had her in a pincer attack. If they decided, they could push forward all at once and massacre everyone. Rose's group had no time to hesitate if they wanted to break out of the siege. So, there is no other way.
Hesitating only helps them. Let's do it. Here we go, guys. You scared? Not one of us. We can make it.
I wish you all luck!
Leo Shishigami took on 40 members of battalion on his own. We are Primavera. We'll leave behind a legendary knight whenever we have to. Yeah! Let's go! You want to take on the Mad Dog? You got it! I'll give you a fight worth remembering. What's that? A fire extinguisher? Wah! You're setting up a smoke screen and charging. Here they come.
The object dashed into the white smoke screen was surrounded in flames. But they quickly noticed. It wasn't Wayne's group charging recklessly, but a massive cart with a pile of cardboard boxes on it. Yep, that's a good idea. They used this cart, which had been sitting in the middle of the hallway, as a moving shield.
The fools. Do you think cardboard boxes can stop bullets? Doesn't matter. Shoot through them, cardboard box and all.
God damn it.
Our bullets aren't going through it. Get back, get back! Gah! Alright. Taste my Mad Dog Fist! Fuck you! Come on, we can attack with Wayne's son. We're invincible if we're with him. I'll teach you to dare attack Madame Rose! KO, motherfuckers!
The cart Wayne's group had used as a shield was covered with cardboard boxes. Each of those was packed with blank forms that had just been delivered. Those boxes had covered a cart the size of a tatami room, 9.18 times 18 meters. Even bullets couldn't pierce through all of that. The enemies who had mocked this charge as suicidal noticed finally that this was practically a tank. It was too late. As the enemy leapt away, Wayne and the guards pushed them back with concentrated firepower and quickly secured the rear exit.
Even paper's unbeatable when you got this much.
Each individual sheet is thin, but they have this much power when gathered together.
Rose-san, stay here for a bit. One man with me. We're gonna take a look outside. Yes, boss!
Woo! Yep, it's super paper. Oh my god, apparition. Absolutely, it's super paper.
You think you can attack innocent kids? You've got another thing coming.
I have no qualms about shooting you. Come on!
Let's go. No. Run!
Yuji, come with me! At the same time, Stella picked up Yuji and ran. Keith gave cover fire fast enough that he emptied his entire magazine. Even in such an unbalanced retreat battle, Keith was terrifyingly calm. It's because he knew it was the optimal attitude for survival. I'll cover you. Come on!
Roger that.
You bastards. You think you can attack my kid? Oh, well, will you shoot you full of holes so much? You won't even recognize yourselves. So, one thing I was told is that this game has, yeah, the Keith gun sprite is really, like, it's foreshortening. They're trying. Still, you really are incredible.
That's my line. You see why you were one of the 7 heroes.
If my sights had been pointing just a centimeter to the left, Maurice wouldn't exist on this earth anymore.
That sounds cool.
They ran skillfully from cover to cover, sliding behind the bricks at the base of a hedgerow. One of the entrances to the park was right there. As they dashed through, they reached a large walkway, with the city just beyond them. Crowds of city folk were hiding on sidewalks and in stores. Some of them crawling about, waiting for the hail of lead to pass away. If they escaped into the city, there would be all sorts of ways to escape. Escape was a breath away. They heard a blend of several police sirens through the city din. It was almost time for the enemy to launch its final attack. Here we go. They're trying to keep us from leaving the park no matter the cost.
Pass right over there, but it feels like it's 100 meters away.
Apparently their enemies also realized that failing to keep them pinned here would mean their escape. They were taking big risks to surround them from left and right. Those logical, emotionless, ant-like movements, unheeding of losses.
They move like soldiers. They're a hodgepodge of people back from the battlefront. They'll move like a single team.
I wonder if it's a whole military unit turned mafia, like Caleb's group.
If such an incredible family existed, I'm sure we'd have heard of them.
Let's leave the investigation for later, shall we? First, we gotta escape from here. However, the enemy gunfire was fierce. They were fully aware that Keith's group was looking for a chance to dash out of the park. Just do something about Yuji. The two of us could break out of here.
I guess we better step up to the plate.
Of course, the enemy was ignoring Yuji, who had no gun. They concentrated only on the movements of the two guns held by Keith and Stella. So to turn that around and... I see. Good plan.
Yuji-kun, listen to us very carefully.
Would a 2-year-old sobbing in the middle of a gunfight really be able to run when we're directed to? We can only rely on him having mankind's most primal instinct. The instinct to not die. The two of them would dash out at the same time, simultaneously laying down a barrage in the opposite direction of the exit. If 2 people with guns dashed out, all the enemy's attention would focus on them. That gap would give Yuji a chance to run in the opposite direction. If he dashed into a store on the opposite end of the path, people there would hide him. I got that, UT. Close your eyes, count to 5, and run, okay?
Oh god. You'll get shot if you jump out when we do. So wait a bit, then run. Stay here, count, and then run.
Got it? Answer me. You're a boy, aren't you? Scared by Stella, Yuji finally choked down his sobs. The people hiding in the store on the other end of the path understood through eye contact that Yuji would be running there.
Okay, this is about time for us to go.
Keith, if I die, take care of Yuji.
No way!
You meanie. Several times in the past, when they have been prepared for death, Alan had given courage by joking in the same way. Oh, thank you, Dewey, for your sub. Keith opened his guitar case and picked up his gun. He had no intention of using it. However, it was his only partner besides Alan, and he didn't want it to leave his side while he was on the brink of death.
Okay, let's go. Yuji-kun, close your eyes and count to 5.
Then run to the nice man in the store.
Let's go, so that Yuji-kun can guide our countrymen to the future. Come on, you bastards. We're right over here.
That's right. I'm your target, aren't I? Let's go. Damn, there are so many results screens. I wonder what Juggernaut is. Those are probably those.
Clear! Clear. No enemies start the car. Madam Rose, prepare yourself.
We'll all run together. We'll all make it through this. Run for your life with me.
Yes, madam. Rose-san, get in the car, quickly.
Let's go, everyone. We can't die in a place like this. We still have a job to do for everyone's sakes. She looked scared and brave, like a goddess of freedom leading her people. Surrounded on all sides by her guards, Rose dashed out of the rear exit. Oh. No way! With a scattering of deep red rose petals, almost as though she was dancing, Rose crumbled. What? A cunning, cold-blooded sniper had been waiting here all this time just for Rose.
Rose-san!
Miss Rose, you may have declared your ideals and been worshipped as a saint by the people at times. But how could you people ever be saints? As a grimy rat of the criminal underworld. Be surrounded by loathing and die. A bloody rose blossomed on Rose's chest. Oh my god. The back of one of the bodyguards trying to help her up was struck by a second merciless attack. No way. She's gotta be just knocked out. There's no way she's dead. No way. Right? What was I just saying about deaths in the story? The guards gathered around Rose and picked her up, intending to carry her to the car even if it meant using her bodies as shields. A third strike pierced through the face of another guard, protecting her with his body, where his face. Ooh, that's death.
Rose-san! Rose-san!
As Wayne dragged Rose's body into the car, he called her name in a half-crazed voice.
Start the car. Make sure at least Madame Rose escapes. Boss, leave this to us and go on ahead.
The fourth shot punched through the neck of a man trying to close the car door while pushing Rose in. The fifth shot was aimed at Rose once again once she was inside the car, but it couldn't pierce the bulletproof glass. The car raced off carrying Wayne's tears and howls. The blood pouring from Rose's stomach didn't stop. Wayne, stained deep red with her blood, howled while pulling pressure on the wound. As Keith dashed in the opposite direction of the park exit and dived into a bush to act as diversion for Yuji, here he heard a peculiar sort of gunfire and rolled to the ground. It wasn't the sound of a machine gun or handgun, it was the sound of a rifle. At that moment he heard the sound of Yuji sobbing in his lungs? Oh no, what? What? Yuji. Stella rushed out of the bush and returned to the cover at the hedgerow they just left. Keith caught after her and held her to the ground. Just as Stella had directed, Yuji counted to 5 and ran. Keith and Stella ran in opposite directions, should have attracted all the enemy's firepower. Oh god. Blood spurted out the right shoulder where he'd been shot and his arm was twisted unnaturally.
They shot a kid! You okay there, kid? I'm coming over.
Several of the people in the store entrance who had been waiting for Yuji ran to him. However, another shot of gunfire pierced the back of an old man's head! The people who ran forward screamed and ran back into the store. The walkway was a death path, with a sniper hiding somewhere waiting for his prey. They're using him as bait! Yuji cried even more, yelling in pain. Oh god! By his side, a blood-puddled flowers spread from the corpse of the old hero, who had rushed forward to save him. No one would be able to rush to his side now. Let go! Let go!
There's a sniper. It's a textbook trap. He's using the wounded as bait to lure out his real target.
Yuji! Yuji! Yuji was lying there crying just a few meters away. His sobs gradually weakened. It was only a matter of time before the massive bleeding drained him of all his blood. Keith picked up his sniper rifle and cautiously looked out through the bushes. Going by what he'd seen when the old man got hit, he could imagine the general direction of the shot. From the time of gunfire and the time of impact, you get a general idea of the distance.
There's only 3 things you can do against a sniper. The first is abandon everything and run away.
You know we can't do that! Yuji will die! Yuji! Answer me! Yuji!
The only other way is to cautiously find your foe and eliminate him. But that always takes time.
He understood. If he did that, Yuji would lose too much blood and die. But there were no other options. Those were the only options they could take. He could shoot at the path, but he couldn't shoot us.
Oh, he could shoot at the path, but he couldn't shoot us while we're in the park. That should narrow down the possible angles a lot.
Listen, Keith! We don't have time for that! So you're to bet on your skill! It was clear what Stella was trying to do. However, cold-blooded sniper leaves no room for miracles or mercy.
Hey, you can't just dash forward and drag Yuji-kun away. The sniper's good and well trained.
Listen, he's trying to shoot me, so he shouldn't be focused on just me. When he is, he won't have his eye on you. Use that time to find him first and finish him off.
No one could pull off a stunt like that!
Someone could. That's right, Leo. I'm sure Leo could do it. Since you're a much better sniper than Leo, I'm sure you'll be fine. So please, I'm putting my life in your hands.
It's impossible. Impossible!
When you're attacked by an unseen sniper and an ally has been stranded with a fatal wound, there's a third thing you can do. You can give the wounded man a merciful blow by an ally and end his pain. If I could do that in front of Stella, would I be able to make her think twice about running forward? Oh God! At that moment, I was hit with a revelation I didn't really understand.
It's okay. I can do it. I'm sure I can save Yuji-kun, using my genius eyesight to spot the enemy sniper and blow its brains out. After all, the option of abandoning Yuji-kun never existed for the two of us. Stella said something to boost my confidence, and kissed my cheek as I readied my gun. And her long hair fluttered. Her hair hit my cheek, and I smelled a gentle scent. No, it won't work after all, Stella. You mustn't go, you mustn't.
Oh God. No way! No way! The instant she dashed from behind cover, Stella's head jerked right back from my eye. No way. In that instant, the scene in front of me caught up like a black and white photo and everything stopped. No way! That characteristic piercing sound of gunfire came from a Mosin Nagant 1891/30. Crap. And the sound of Stella's skull being crushed? What? Brain fluid splurted out and bone fragments shot out. The crushed 7.62 millimeter bullet that had pierced the head shot out, spinning at an angle. What? What? Oh my God! This gruesome scene awakened the hunter blood that had been sleeping in Keith, the blood that had been passed down through the ages. Distance, angle, wind, gravity, air pressure, heat. Unbelievable! Everything assembled itself in the miniature world inside his head. Ah! As they're protecting even Stella, who was still in the process of crumpling to the ground, Keith rolled out with his gun at the ready. The first shot pierced the scope of a sniper hiding on an exterior staircase ending on the right side of a building, hitting and shattering his right eye socket. The second shattered the bone between his eyebrows. Third shattered the left side of his jaw. The fourth shattered the top of his head. The fifth blew the upper part of his head to pieces. Without a doubt, this is a final boss thing to do. Holy shit, killing off a long-term character. Rose might not be dead, but Stella certainly is. Oh my God! Whoa! All of that happened in a few seconds, if even that. So when he turned around, the dark red flower bursting from Stella's head was still spreading out. Stella's eyes were still open. She would never have a chance to close those eyes. Not to say any farewells. But Yuji was still breathing. He was still alive. Still alive. Oh, hello, James. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god. So, a factoid from James. Ryukishi had mentioned that the reason for people generally not dying in Rose Guns days up until this point was so people had their guards down for this. Like, seriously, whoa! Still alive. Screaming in anger and sadness, Keith lifted Yuji up and ran. The bullets of their attackers followed him ruthlessly. So Keith never had a chance to touch Stella or close her eyes.
With Madame Rose gone, Richard Myogi will be the only remaining head of Primavera. I wonder how he will mourn the loss of his beloved sister, his entire family. I know. The only way to cure sadness is with anger. You can only heal your sadness by making enemies and seeking revenge. And I will prepare such an enemy for you.
A sniper had also been assigned to the group attacking Meishui. She and Alan had been trying to somehow wait out their pursuers by hiding behind a car. This whole time, the sniper had been looking for a good position, hoping to aim at them from a good high location. A location he had finally found.
What happened to them? Are they stuck? Terrified by my awesomeness?
Oh god, Alan, things are not in the time for jokes. Apparition, you know, I really don't believe that Rose is dead. Stella is definitely dead, but Rose is definitely not dead. I'm pretty sure she's not dead. But I can hear sirens! What are the police doing?
They'll probably be here soon. It looks like our friends are out there planning to pour in on us before then. Do you think they go so far to take your life, Yuki-chan? Any idea what they might be after? Well, I guess that doesn't matter. I'll always be on your side, even if the whole world is against you.
Alan, I'm sorry. I'm sure this is all my fault. I'm not a decent person.
Yuki-chan!
Oh god, is she gonna die?
Lee Meiju, leader of City 23's GDS. It's time for you to taste the pain of losing a little sister too. To heal that pain, you will kill each other. The manuscript for the false tale has already been written down to the last period.
By now, all the information sources reared by Butler were in Gabriel's hands. The only way I can see them getting out of this is Butler escaping and telling Richard about everything. And also Leo coming back. By using them, we could use C-23 Underground to make it look like both sides had killed the little sister of the other. All the preparation has already been made. On this night, in the city's busy streets, Many people whispered of the war that would break out between the two camps after today's tragedy. They really blamed it on the other side. Just a single drop of poison corrodes the whole. It probably wouldn't take long for Richard and Major to lose their calm and start a funeral war. And Madame Rose, the only one who could stop that, was no longer on this earth. I still don't believe she's dead. Hers was extremely ambiguous. This is justice. Justice is revenge. Father, Mother, and my adorable, adorable Liz. Now, finally, the time for revenge has come. Oh! What? Yes! Oh, yes! Shaolan to the rescue!
Who is this woman? Where is she? Don't move, I'll shoot.
Bah. Sorry, you're not killing my surrogate sister. Disappear, generic nukes, is what she said, basically. Damn, this is an Umineko track for sure. KO, bastards.
What is sitting around for? Where's that sniper doing? Some strange young girl got in the way. Whoa!
Greetings, gentlemen. Pardon me for interrupting, but I have an appointment with my sister. If you would clear the way, I would be most obliged.
Whoa!
Even considering they had been focused on the gunfight in front of them, is it really possible for someone to sneak close enough to touch their shoulders? For a while, the men were stunned as though they had seen a ghost. Brother!
Is that we made you of the GDS?
He's my big brother! Brother, help us! Are we gonna see Lee Meiju's fighting sprites again? We have not seen those in forever.
How long I have lived in the shadows eating dirt to hear those words.
Yes!
Impudent fools. Do you really think you can stand a chance against me? I'll show you a thing or two. KO, if you insist. My, did you think that Chinese martial arts stopped evolving once guns were invented?
The reason Meiju had brought the fight in so close was that they were practically touching, so that his enemies would be unable to shoot in fear of hitting each other. He pulled in one person after another, throwing multiple people at once, scattering them in all directions like a giant blooming flower. This was the one man who could fight on even terms with Ryo Shishigami, who is a legend even in the GDS.
Damn, he's strong. Is this the legendary Lee Meiju?
He's my wonderful big brother.
So, Yuki-chan's big brother is, Lee Meiju.
Yes, now I believe it is time for you to leave. In pieces.
Oh, we get to play as his generic moves. Damn, wow, these are new fighting backgrounds. The GDS Generic Move Society.
Are you safe, young miss? Please hold on a bit longer. Boss, backup will arrive soon. These guys are all trapped like rats. Hey there, brawler. You were looking pretty sharp out there today. I don't speak Chinese. What'd he say?
He said, "Die, Japanese. I won't let you have my sister."
Not good. They have us surrounded. The attack's a failure. We mustn't be captured. Retreat! Hey you! Who are you guys with? People who go after women don't deserve to be called men. You're all gonna get turned to scrap and thrown into a Chinese cooking pot!
By Major Sama's order, die bravely. Time for me to take out the trash, I see. So I'm guessing Gabriel had a little sister that was killed by Mafia in America, I'm guessing. The tables had suddenly turned. The mysterious attackers got into cars one after another and pulled out. Watching this, Baymen of the GDS let out cries of victory. The identity of the mysterious attackers was completely unknown. They seemed to be Asian, but they didn't look like fellow countrymen to Meiju. They apparently spoken in English, but they didn't look like a Western mafia. And more than anything, their methods were violent enough to arouse scorn among members of the criminal underworld. Also, they were careful. Not only did they leave behind no wounded, but neither did they leave the corpses of those who must have died.
Their identities.
Yes, we'll investigate it right away. Pardon me, boss. A moment, please.
Madam Rose was shot. What do you mean you don't know if she's dead or alive? Check.
Whoa. Oh my god. How much would you say is left in chapter 3 here? Damn, that was non-stop. Oh my god.
Wait! Y'all did well bringing Madame Rose back. Excellent work.
Maybe about 45 minutes? That's fine. That's fine. It'll be 3.5 hour stream, but that's fine.
What are you calling excellent? Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it! I know y'all want to have revenge. I feel the same. I'll find him. I'll find him and kill him all on the spot! No, I'll be doing that. Y'all don't leave Madame Rose's side. They must be persistent. When they learn she's alive, they'll definitely come to kill her.
Yep, I knew she wouldn't be dead. But Stella's death was crazy.
Anyway, we're moving her somewhere else. Somewhere we can defend completely. Move the doctors and drugs and surgery equipment there too. If they come before then, let them just see how angry y'all are. But for now, cool your head and sharpen your fangs. Don't let the assassins get to the madam again. As y'all are now, you'll definitely be able to protect Madame Rose. Yeah.
Cyrus knew all about calming and encouraging men. In times like this, sympathy would be little better than poison. Boorish encouragement would just hurt him more. But Wayne was calmer than Cyrus had imagined. He had accepted the reality in front of him and remained on his feet, glaring about, unwilling to let the assassins get past him again. Realizing this, Cyrus relaxed a little and asked about Rose's condition. It wasn't looking good. If the angle of the bullet had been slightly different, she would apparently have died before even reaching the hospital. Oh my god, this is the exact same hospital CG as from Higurashi, isn't it? Since it wasn't just mass blood loss but infection they had to worry about, probably be some time before they could make any predictions.
See. So it's up to strength and luck now. I won't pray anymore. It's not God or fortune that'll protect Rose-san. I'll protect her as long as I live. With these hands. I like that look on your face, son. I'm putting Madame Rose in your hands. That's right. Is Richard here? Yeah, he just arrived and went downstairs. Let's see. And Yuji-kun?
He's even worse off than Ross.
So, you're here too, Meryl. Have y'all been to see Stella yet?
Pretty much. You should go see her too. Or rather, please stay by Richard's side for now. I'm sure his close friend shall be able to support him.
Got it. I'm on my way. He's in the basement?
No, he left. If you ask around downstairs, they'll tell you.
Oh my god. I wonder how Meryl even took it when she learned. Cyrus went down the stairs. He was worried about Madame Rose's condition, but he was also worried about his close friend right now.
I'm a cowardly woman.
Why?
There's this jinx in our world. Smart women die young. Amanda, Rose, Stella. They were all smart.
Amanda's alive and so is Rose.
But I acted dumb. Women who are too smart disappear eventually. That meant they could play them off each other and only I'd still be around at the end. Well, that's what I used to think. Amanda disappeared. Rose also quit being a lady of the evening for all intents and purposes. And then Stella quit. See? All of a sudden, Club Primavera is mine. Since long ago, I've always gotten what I wanted this way. So when Stella said she was quitting as a lady of the evening to help Rose, this is what I thought. Primavera's finally mine. I didn't really get that complex underworld stuff. But now I'm the queen of the ladies of the evening. That's what I thought. I pretended I was mourning over something stupid. But somewhere in my heart, that was what I was thinking. If I try to live too smart, I'll die early, sooner or later. I thought that, but I couldn't say it. I didn't tell anyone about that jinx! I didn't tell Rose and Stella! If I did, Stella would have lived more selfishly and better. Maybe she could have lived life without getting involved in a feud between Mafia and getting targeted by assassins!
Live selfishly. There's no way Stella wanted that. She wanted to carry the same ideal as Rose-san on her own shoulders. Yes, she died. But no one can erase the fact that Stella bore her ideals alongside Rose-san. Unless someone inherits what she carried and carries into the future, it really will have been all for nothing.
Wayne! When did you get so smart? It's not just women. When wild dogs like you get too much needed knowledge, they die quick too.
That's fine. My corpse fills a single puddle. It'll help out countrymen who carry on into the future.
She had always made fun of Wayne, treating him like a kid. At some point, he had become so resilient.
Hey, listen, Wayne.
Sure.
Starting today, I'll stop being dumb. On the surface, I'll act dumb just like always. But I really want to get seriously smarter. So they can bear the burden that Rose bore that even Stella was trying to bear. In my own way, I'll give it a try.
I'll, get smart too. Interesting. Let's race to see which of the idiots can get smarter.
Are we gonna swear to each other?
Yeah,
We will.
we will.
Stop playing dumb starting today.
We'll get smarter, so that we can bear the same things Rose-san and the others did.
I'm sure we'll bear it.
Same thing Rose-san did.
Still facing forward, the two of them bump fists together. Their gazes look firmly past the door to Rose-san's operation room toward the future. Yeah, they were the two comedy relief. And they're acknowledging, it's time to get serious. Final boss time. In the hallway, someone affiliated with the occupying forces had just shrugged and left.
Hey there, nice work. What's up with them? Here to make a report? They said it was for the autopsy. Sounds like Richard wasn't willing to let complete strangers touch his body anymore.
In the hallway in front of the morgue, Primavera's execs were gathered, smoking. Cyrus saw this and realized that Primavera's nature probably changed a lot from this day forth. The consigliere's sister was dead. It wasn't strange for the execs to come to offer their condolences. However, no one waited in front of Madame Rose's operating room except Wayne. Everyone understood who Primavera's leader would be from now on. Madame Rose's condition was bad. Even if she miraculously recovered, she would probably undergo a long recuperation period. And that wasn't all. You could see glimpses of their true thoughts. That Madame Rose wasn't enough to survive in a violent feud like this one. Madame Rose had certainly stopped the soy sauce war, but many execs were unsatisfied with how she ended it in a virtual draw. According to them, the soy sauce war was a chance to crush the GDS, but she had let that chance slide. She had foolishly fallen for Sun Zulong's sweet talk, made peace, and allowed him to form an alliance with Ba Shanbang and the turntables. This overly sophisticated girl, who had given up a chance to crush an old foe, wasn't fit to rule the underworld after all, they thought. Also, Richard, who always calculated things by the rule of money rather than idealistic theory, seemed to be far more of a realist. No one said it out loud, but they all seemed to understand that Richard had inherited leadership of Primavera on this day.
I'm surprised.
Dang. Before it happened again. Yep. Yep. It happened again with the fucking stream title. Sometimes it's completely off, and sometimes it terrifyingly fits. My God.
I'm surprised. So even y'all came. I'm very sad. The pain in my friend's heart is my pain.
Dang, even Alfred.
Thanks for coming, brother. So, you cheer Richard up? No, not yet. Richard still needs some time alone. See.
That was probably where the execs were all waiting in the hallway, unable to even burn incense. What did I forgot what I wrote for the description. Dang it. I'm not gonna... What? Oh, you're right. Wow.
We were told not to let anyone in. But I think you should go. I think your support will be more important than anything else, Grand Boss. I get it.
Thanks, Apparition. Oh my God. I hope when she wakes up she sees Leo. I really hope that. This better end with a hint of Leo coming back. Cyrus opened the door a crack, quietly entered and closed the door behind him. Ice pillars had been carried into the dimly lit room and irradiated as like a slight frigidness. The scent of incense drifting through that air pierced the heart even of Cyrus, who had said farewell to many people on the battlefield. This hospital was constructed with American capital, so of course the morgue was done in a Western style as well. The lonely Japanese incense altar seemed somehow strange and out of place in such a room, as though symbolizing Japan itself at the time. Richard sat in a chair at the center of the room, with his arms crossed, his back silently facing the door. Cyrus quietly stood behind his back, but Richard still seemed not to notice. Stella's corpse was surrounded by the women who had been her attendants. Apparently they were in the middle of applying her death makeup. The place where her head had been pierced was covered by a flower to hide it. Cyrus sighed. Richard finally seemed to notice that he was there.
You mind if I set out incense too? Please do. My sister will be happy. She was so beautiful. Even God took a liking to her. I'm sure Stella's happy to be called for while she's still young.
Cyrus turned around and finally looked at Richard's face. All those feelings that didn't show in his voice showed on his face. He looked like a ghost. You could tell at a glance that he was a man crushed by deep sadness and indignation, while only barely managing to act sane.
Richard! Don't misunderstand. I am fine. Claire.
Normally, Cyrus would have said this, but he swallowed his words.
I formed a link to the future along with Stella. That future, Yuji is still alive. That's right. Yuji's okay, ain't he? He's only shot in the shoulder. That's far less of a fatal wound than what happened to Rose. Oh, oops. Indeed. The shoulder? Just the shoulder. He may be handicapped to some degree, but it's not a place that would threaten his life. Yes, yes. Someone told me just a minute ago. Children have incredible powers of recovery. It might be a major wound for an adult, but I'm sure Yuji will be fine.
Did no one tell him what... Oh my god, no! What Yuji's true condition was? Or had someone worded it in a way to give Richard hope? What is Yuji's true condition? What's going on? True enough, Rose was hit in the gut. Yuji was hit in the shoulder. However, Rose was driven to the hospital right after getting shot. Yuji, on the other hand, was a 2-year-old. Even if the same amount of blood poured out, an adult like Rose and a child like Yuji would be in completely different situations.
Yes. Do you remember Keith Kisaragi of Battalion? The crack sniper who finished off Davis. Without him, Yuji would have been in danger too. It's thanks to him. Please, thank him yourself as well.
Cyrus had been sure Richard would call Keith pathetic for failing to protect Stella despite being with her. Cyrus silently respected his friend's strength of character, since he could easily have blamed Keith. At this moment, Keith was waiting and waiting in front of Yuji's hospital room, praying to the god he believed in. His eyes were puffed and red with tears. However, those tears certainly weren't crushed by despair. Yuji is still alive.
And I can bear the same burden Stella was trying to bear.
Because Richard had acknowledged this with a single word, Keith was able to remain there. Keith, if I die, take care of Yuji.
No way!
You meanie. Oh, God.
Yuji is our child. I'll definitely carry Yuji to the future in your place. I understand, old friend. Leave the rest to me and stay with Stella a little longer. Thanks, old friend. You're the only thing I can rely on. Not at all. On the contrary, you're the one Primavera relies on. True. I must not falter in my job, passing our will down to our future countrymen.
Cyrus clapped Richard on the shoulder and left the room. When he entered the hallway, a guard whispered something into Cyrus's ear. It's a troublesome condolence caller for Primavera in this nervous period. The execs formed a crowd with cold stares standing in front of the guests.
My friend Richard did not call for you. Hey there, Meiju-san. Here they're after your little sister too. Looks like your luck was good, though.
How can you call it good luck? Today I lost a friend so close she might as well have been another sister of mine.
Thank you. I'm sure Richard and Stella will be happy to hear that.
Would you mind if I go and visit them?
Sorry, but I'll have to ask y'all to hold off on that. Could you let Richard be alone with his sister for a while? If y'all came in, my close friend would have to stop being a normal brother, become a consigliere again.
I would like to be there for the ceremony. The young lord is away from Japan at the moment, but he gave me a call and asked that I express his condolences on his behalf.
Thank you. I'll make sure to let Richard know. Send our gratitude to the young lord as well.
The young lord wishes to have an emergency discussion regarding this matter as soon as he returns to Tokyo. I also faced off against the attackers. They were Asian, but they weren't Japanese or our countrymen. This was surely a scheme to have us fight and destroy each other.
Well, who knows? Can't be sure yet.
The GDS promises to offer her full support in solving the mystery of this case. I ask that you pass this message along to my friend Richard.
I understand.
I must be going now.
Meiju left with his subordinates. However, the gazes of the execs watching him go suddenly went cold. They hadn't been just standing around absent-mindedly. They had already stretched out their information web as far as possible to learn the identity of their foe. From that, they got information from several angles, all of which had already reached Richard's ears. So right now, they couldn't let Richard meet Meiju.
Meiju-san?
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Cyrus called out to the back that was walking away. Meiju stopped and slowly turned around.
Primavera is gonna change starting today. Madame Rose's era ends now. Something new will begin. Now we're gonna make it very clear to the young lord. We'll make it clear that we're not all as philanthropic as Madame Rose.
I understand. I'll tell him.
Madame Rose was shot. Stella and Yuji were shot. However, Lee Meishui was not shot. The GDS were also victims, and this incident was someone's plot to get both sides to fight each other. Sun Zilong had thought up such a story. Oh no! Oh God! Even with the plan failing, Primavera still believes it. Oh God! No! Thought up such a story and had planned carefully beforehand to make it look that way. It was the information coming to them from multiple sources. Like the pieces of a well-made puzzle. This information fit together more neatly the more they gathered, forming a picture. The only one that can possibly set things straight is Butler. When the jigsaw puzzle nears completion, you can tell what the picture is before you finish it. Oh my God! Oh no! All of Primavera's execs suspected the GDS in this incident, and we're already half certain of it. However, all was going according to Gabriel's plan. God, all according to Keikaku. Oh God. It was all a part of the plot designed by the man with the name of an angel and the cold smile of a demon. All of it was fake information circulated by him after he stole all of Butler's underground information contacts. In the criminal underworld, history is made by emotion, not reason. Once the gears start moving, it eventually becomes impossible to stop them with reason. Every part of the plan has succeeded perfectly, well, except the part to kill Meishui. Lee Meishui's assassination alone had failed, but the plan itself was more than successful. Filling the room with the sound of a classical music record, he looked up at his hands as though holding an invisible conductor's baton. From the side, Butler watched the scene stunned. He's still himself. He's still got his faculties and his military position. His frustration at being unable to stop this tragedy had subsided. And his eyes were filled with a dull gray. Was he... That story of Gabriel's upbringing that Butler had read, yep. It contained a secret not generally known. Gabriel Caparaya had supposedly lost his family in a midsummer night traffic accident. His family had been returning home by car late at night when it was involved in a head-on collision. Gabriel had been away from home in summer school, so he survived. His parents died instantly. His young sister Elizabeth had apparently escaped with her life, but then her condition worsened and she died. Not much was recorded in his official record. However, there was a hidden darkness in Gabriel's true past, which Butler had obtained. On the night of that accident, an incident had occurred in the corner of the high-class residential area they lived in. Oh, it's all red. Holy shit. There was a house where certain families' exec lived. The house was attacked by execs from an opposing organization, and the whole family was killed. Perhaps they're excited and exulted at their big success in the murder. Maybe they were affected by alcohol or drugs. But they're the one who crashed the car. As they escaped from the crime scene, they messed up at the wheel and got into head-on collision with Gabriel's family. On top of that, they had apparently had the luck of the devil. Though Gabriel's parents died instantly, those in the other car immediately ran away with surprisingly light wounds. His badly wounded sister was carried to the hospital, where she miraculously survived. Gabriel, who rushed to see her after being told about his family's accident, was reunited with his sister. Wow. Oh my god, that's why he chose this. Yeah, he is oh my god, that's right, Mystery Theater. He's evil Batman, essentially. Literally, like, down to the letter. Oh my god. He was reunited with his sister. His sister's eyes were open, though weakly, letting her brother know that she was still alive. However, some men he didn't know appeared. The men claimed to be FBI investigators. They discovered that the other party in the crash had been a bunch of mafia men on the run from a crime scene.
Were the men in this picture in the other car?
There was a picture of mafia execs, and they questioned the bandaged girl on the brink of death, saying that justice could be served if they had her eyewitness testimony. It's not hard to imagine Gabriel, then a boy, snatching that picture away in an attempt to protect his sister. When her condition worsened and she died, young Gabriel was the first to discover her. Oh god. He, the one who had come to visit her every single day, was the first to discover her. Oh god, is he gonna do something to Yuji to, like, reenact that? He found his sister convulsing, blowing bubbles in agony. The hospital explained away this sudden change in condition by saying there was nothing they could have done to help her. Since the sister might have been a witness, there had been a police officer posted in the corridor at all times, so no one could have been responsible for her death. Those who know, know. Even without proof. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's totally gonna try to kill Yuji. She had been erased. Those men learned about the witness through a contact from the police department and killed a sleeping girl who may or may not have even witnessed anything. When Butler learned about this, he felt as though lightning had struck him and understood. This Gabriel person, hated to the utmost of his being the members of the criminal underworld, has stolen his family, stolen even the sister who had clung to life. Since that time, all of his history as an elite has been building up to this day. They had been mass days, existing for the sole purpose of giving him power to enact revenge for his family and sister. The rest, Butler could never know. Only Gabriel knew. On that day, Young Gabriel had been completely sure that his sister had been killed. First, when he visited his sister's hospital room, there were no police in sight. And his memory drifted back to a memory of a few minutes ago when he realized the man he had passed by when entering the hospital had been one of the men on the photo his sister had been shown. Did he hunt down those guys? However, he didn't tell this to anyone, because he might be erased like his sister? No. It's because he had sworn to hide his anger in his heart, and he gained the power to take revenge. Later on, the mafia members in the car that his parents lost their lives in a feud, dying as a result of their own actions, so he didn't even get to take revenge. Yes, their own actions. In other words, it had nothing to do with young Gabriel's revenge. Smoldering anger and sadness, and the heavy hammer of revenge, which had been raised but could never be used. Now, in this far eastern land, he'd finally be allowed to bring it crashing down. Primavera and the GDS. When Gabriel learned that important people in both organizations had little sisters, it must have felt like a sign to him.
So, you're satisfied now, right? When your sister Elizabeth's sitting right now in heaven. How does it feel to steal the sisters and families of other people? Gabriel!
It is remarkable, Phil. I have given them the pain of hell and eliminated them from the face of the earth. That is the one goal I have been allowed to live for since that day. It does burn Castle. Primavera was facing the time of its greatest trial. And 1 year after this day, Madame Jean unseated Madame Rose from her position. I have no words. It was all she could do just to say that much. The story of Madame Rose was finally building to a crisis. By now, I was painfully aware of what Madame Rose wanted to leave behind. However, it had not been passed down in the following years. Just like I once did, everyone thought of Primavera as nothing more than a nationalist Japanese mafia. And that's all right. It's because of my insufficiency. It's my sin for prioritizing growth and strength as an organization above all else, instead of trying to communicate her heart. But in the half-century since then, Primavera has become such a strong organization. So now, isn't it time to go back to the ideals they once wished for? In their era, it was difficult even to move forward towards their ideals. But now times have changed, and Primavera has gathered so much power, yeah, but the people who have helped gather that power, who just wanted power for power's sake, aren't going to let them do that so easily. Correct. And so now, I must return to the Primavera I inherited from Madame Rose back to her. Yeah, I'm really thinking that Julie is... She's got to be, is some kind of a descendant of Rose. However, she is dead, so I can't give it back to her. That's why I'm waiting for a miracle. A miracle? While Madame Rose may die, the ideal she dreamed of will never die. I will speak of them as I do now, passing them on. If that resonates with the desire to help each other living in the hearts of our countrymen, I'm sure the ideal will be revived. When that happens, Madame Rose will revive and lead us once more. Yeah, I'm with Julie there, like, I finally understood all of her true intentions, but I get what she means. I thought she'd pick me as the only pure Japanese person in my company. That was wrong. She wanted one of the future countrymen Madame Rose and the others had believed in, and she wanted a journalist. So she picked me. The ideals of the analog age were worn away to nothingness, along with people's memories. But the era changed and the digital age came. New stories, information, and even hearts could be recorded and left for all eternity. And it was possible to leave them behind for future countrymen. And someday, when Madame Rose's soul resided in one of their countrymen, Primavera would gain a new guide and would lead her countrymen to an ideal society. The car shook as I felt a strong sense of purpose. Even Toratsugu seemed somewhat considerate of my feelings. He understood my serious expression and refrained from turning on noisy music.
The consigliere taught me that people have different roles depending on the era.
What does that mean?
Madame Rose's era was a hopeless one where the war had been lost, and you could see the scorched fields being buried by foreign cultures. If the people didn't gather around the charisma known as an ideal, their hearts would have surely been crushed.
And then the chaotic era came. Even with all her bravery, Madame Rose was a pacifist. She couldn't completely maintain the organization.
As you know, Madame Jean was a full-on war hawk in her younger days. It was probably necessary for the era and Primavera to have a new madam.
So you're saying it's a process of renewal demanded by the era? A legitimate succession?
If you say that, the consigliere will definitely answer like this. People have different roles depending on the era. Even a talented leader might not be appropriate anymore when the era changes.
As a result, it's possible to have some sort of political upheaval, force a change in leadership. When that happens, the people will probably criticize the misgovernment of the old leader, hoping that the new leader doesn't do the same thing. However, that is a mistake. The old leader was appropriate for the old era, and the new leader is appropriate for the new era. Even the new leader won't be appropriate anymore if the times advance and change. When that happens, there probably will be misgovernment. However, that mustn't be used as evidence to claim that all leaders are eventually corrupted. An unending process of renewal like skin. There's no point criticizing old skin that falls off after fulfilling its function. By doing that repeatedly, people will be able to succeed each other as the era changes. Yes, succession. Passing your will on to your countrymen of the future. Your mission is simply to walk forward with your eyes fixed on the future. It's a mistake to criticize the pioneers who have taken the baton, passed it down, and ended their long journey. This is the tale of Madame Rose, which was once buried in darkness. She wished for it not to be passed down, as the people lost faith in their fallen saint, and she vanished from the history of her countrymen. It'd be a good idea to take another look back at her tale. That's my mission. I can pass on to my future countrymen all that Madame Rose and the others bore, or rather, I can help pass it on. I've never been proud to be Japanese. However, now for the first time, I can understand the hearts of those countrymen of their past who entrusted the future of our countrymen to their countrymen of the future, including me. I'm not so conceited that I think I'm qualified to inherit that. That I too must pass it on. For the sake of the future where the pride and ideals of our countrymen become reality. That is the mission we were given since the time of our birth. People, no. All creatures live for... Oh, goddammit. The sole purpose of leaving behind descendants. In that case, the pride of a countryman and race must be the same. We're born for the sole purpose of passing this on to our descendants. The tale of Madame Rose will end very soon. It's my mission to listen to it all, write it down, and pass it on to our future countrymen. August 10th, 2013. Written by Hayashibar Julie. Ooh, an ending song. Dang, wow, what a setup for the final arc. I really want to see a Leo thing in the post-credit scene. Jeez. There's Leo, we haven't seen him forever. Come on, man, you're like one of the faces of this series. Wandering dogs. Oh my god, the wandering dogs. You guys were the best. I've heard that there are side stories, like after this, in this version. I hope one of them is about the wandering dogs reuniting. Wow. I can't wait to see what happens next. And Scripter. Ryukishi is apparently married to Scripter. Oh, jeez. I think he only stopped using it recently. Or is that even not true? And you! Yes, you! Okay, here we go. Post-credit scene. Preview. Well, first this result. I have no idea how to get the other ones. Whoa, an Ever 17 crossover. Hilarious, Star Vegas. Okay, let's see. The post-credit scene. Come on. There better be one. Here we go. Oh, she's new. What?
Are we back to living in a city filled with the sound of gunfire in the middle of the day?
What the heck's Madame Rose doing? Seriously? Those mafia men are all dogs. You gotta slap him and discipline him right. If I were in charge, I'd take those men who treat guns like toys and do this and that. Put up your dukes. Boom, bang, straight in the kisser. Oh my, what? That's Jean? Hey Jean, what are you doing to the brat I'm trying to sell? You're gonna pay for that. Oh, okay, it's probably just that. Where's Leo? A girl unwilling to back down is unaware of fate has in store. When Madame Rose sees the tale of Days of Roses and Guns draws to a close. God damn, we better see a thing with Leo, I fucking swear, in the next part. Last season. Last season was released, yes it was. Ooh, oh my god. How Cowboy Bebop of you to end in a church. Tickety dang dang. Last season. Okay, you guys, it has been 3.5 hours. This has been an ungodly long stream. Although, nothing compared to the old days of Umineko. But, thank you so much for joining me on this. The final stream for Season 3. It's about goddamn time. I cannot wait until we start the final season of Rose Guns Days. And I know there's some side stories after it as well. Oh my god, seriously. I cannot wait until, let's see, we have Tales on Thursday and starting the final season of Rose Guns Days on Friday. So until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.